Hello, we made it through March, well done, and welcome to April. It's very nice at the moment. It's lovely weather down here in Kent. Actually been not gaming very much recently. I've been out in the garden or I've been out walking, so I guess that's good, but also not so good because I want to play some games. I've got Golden Axe, so I've set the Mega Drive up just here behind me. Can you see? I haven't had that set up for a long time, but I got it out of the attic, made sure it's all good, set her up, ready for Razor's Retro Challenge on Golden Axe, a game I'm not particularly good at, but I've been enjoying practicing, so I'll get my entry recorded soon for that one. Yeah, it's been good. If you haven't had a go yet, get involved. It's a good little competition. Right, so I've got some pickups. There's not loads. I haven't been particularly busy on this front this month, just for various reasons. But I'll just show you what I got of interest, and then I've got a few other things that I wanted to share, and that'll be it really. So I'm going to start with a book. At the beginning of the month I visited the Retro Collective's Man Cave. The Retro used to be called Retro Man Cave, but I think it's the Cave now. And yeah, it's a really good day. It's in a really picturesque setting. I think it's an old mill, water mill or something like that, and it's a really nicely curated museum. It's got pretty much every 8-bit, 16-bit system that you could possibly want to play in there, all ready for you to play. Some lovely exhibitions all set up and looking really nice. They've got the magazines to flick through. Yeah, it was really good because I spent 3 hours in there, which is the time you get, and that went by really quick. But I picked up this in their shop, so this is a book I wanted first time round, but I didn't buy it. I missed out on its first publication. So this is the extended edition. It says down there. I haven't opened it to look at it yet, but from what I understand, they've added more content, and they've also changed the way it's displayed. I think it used to be you'd get the arcade banners across 2 pages in the previous edition, whereas this one they've brought it onto a single page. You haven't got the fold in between. I think that's probably better, but I'll wait to see. I will open it and have a look at some point, but yeah, it should be a lovely lot of art in that one. DVDs. So I have bought quite a few DVDs again. I'm not going to show them all. It's not as many as before. The blind bags, they stopped doing them at that charity shop. I went back to get some. I thought I'd do an online opening of some blind bags, but no more were there. So yeah, so I'm just going to show a few that I picked up. The first one, because I'm now Clint Eastwood's biggest fan after watching all the Dirty Harry films, I brought which I have seen before actually. I remember watching it when it came out. It was and it had been good, so I picked that up. I want to watch it again. Yeah, like I say, a bit of a fan now. And I also picked up Source Code, which I think, if I remember right, when I watched it I quite enjoyed. I think it's a bit silly, but also quite good fun, like as in entertaining at least. Yeah, quite liked it, so I picked that one up. I also managed to get, I was really chuffed that I've managed to pick this up. It's the last one I haven't got in my Bond collection, and that was sitting in a charity shop for £1. So yeah, really pleased to get that one. It's a great film, that. And another one on the sort of sci-fi front is The Adjustment Bureau, with Matt Damon and Emily Blunt. It's another good film. So picked up 4 good ones there, I think. Like I said, there's a few others, but I won't show them all. I will show this, Last Invasion. So I mentioned before that I got these blind bags and it was a mixed quality. Well, there's a lot of films in there that I've not watched before, and I'm trying, if I get time, I'll pop one on and watch it. And they are all pretty bad, and this is the one I watched most recently. It's The Last Invasion, and yeah, it's pretty bad, but for some reason I still kind of enjoyed it. I mean, the acting's not very good, some of the special effects are a bit iffy, but I think it's one of those films that if we'd watched these or whatever, we'd have just loved it. So yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting thing to come across. But yeah, I'm not recommending you watch it in any way. It was just my personal opinion. I thought it was actually entertaining. Right, so onto the computer game pickups. There's a definite theme here. So I bought a Commodore Plus 4 last month, And when I bought it, I quickly powered it up. It all seemed to be fine. But when I next powered it up to try and play some games, I just couldn't get it to start up, and I thought it was all broken, and I got very sad. But I took it over to my pal Alex's place, who's got a working Commodore, and it turns out it's just a power supply, so that's not so bad. So to solve the problem, because it uses the same voltages as the Commodore 64, but it has a slightly different adapter, I bought this weird little cable. So it'll take the Commodore 64 power supply in there, and that'll go into the Plus 4. So that should solve that problem. I haven't tested it yet. That was more expensive than it should have been. I think it was about 20 quid, that little cable. Came over from Spain via eBay, but yeah, I'm hoping that solves the problem. So I should be able to play that again. But I also picked up some other bits. So I didn't have a data set for the Plus 4. So Commodore have their own proprietary data sets. They're not like Spectrums or whatever, where you can plug in your own. And a lot of that's about the motor controls, I think, so that the computers can stop the cassette from spinning and stuff as the game loads or whatever. But the one for the Plus 4 isn't the same as the Commodore 64 one, so I couldn't reuse that. So I picked up a new one off Jace at Retro Games, and it's all boxed and lovely. As you can see, it's actually black, whereas the Commodore 64 one generally is sort of a beigey colour. So yeah, I haven't tested it yet, but it's working. I'm sure it's working, and I will be giving that a go over the next month or so, I expect. Because on the same vein, I picked up a bunch of games. I wasn't really gonna start collecting games for the Commodore Plus 4, the Commodore 16, because, well, this is my C64 collection here, and there's too many already. A lot of them are in the loft, and I don't really want to start another big collection, but I wanted some. So I decided someone was selling a bundle of these sort of Commodore label games, so I thought I'd pick those ones up. So I'll just quickly show you what I've got. But the labels aren't that exciting, so just quickly go through them. So I've got Number Builder. That one's going to be a riveting affair, I'm sure. We've got Number Chaser as well. I mean, if nothing else, I'll probably be good at maths by the end of this. I will try them all. Now, Fire Ant, as far as I understand, is a bit of a classic game. I think I have tried this. Pretty sure it was on a Zap a couple of years ago, and I gave it a try then. So, looking forward to playing that one properly. I think it's quite well regarded. Got Mayhem. Sorry if I keep looking down as I'm checking the monitor on this. Space Sweep and Invaders. I think we know what the Invaders bit might be, at least. Crazy Golf. Exorcist. And Treasure Island. And then the last one is Harbour Attack. So we'll be trying those out, trying to load those up. I'll probably do a video of the whole loading experience, because it's not something I'm familiar with anyway. Yeah, put that out when I get around to it. One last thing to show. Picked up from Jace at Retro Games. He did his video on controllers recently, and he showcased the Cheetah Bug, and I went on and saw that he had one for sale, so it was a good marketing ploy there, Jace, and decided that I wanted it. I've never had one. I do remember them coming out, but I always played, at that point I was always using like either a Competition Pro or a Zip Stick. I also had one of them cruisers, but I never had one of these, and I thought, well, do you know what, it's highly spoken of, so I'll give it a go. And I don't think you can have enough controllers these days, because I just don't know how reliable they're going to be. So yeah, pleased to pick that one up, and I'll while soon as well. So that's it for pickups. I've been... What's the best thing to say? I've been playing a bit with some of the new releases in the Chat GPT world, mainly because I just find this sort of stuff fun. So you might have seen I've changed my avatar on YouTube, and that's now pixelated image rendering of me, or ish, but that was all generated through AI rather than any skill of my own. And I also played with stuff on it where you just give it a prompt for what you want, and I'm going to put some examples up now of some of the things I've generated. So good examples are me fighting against Rocky Balboa. What would it look like if it was me that went after Clarence Boddicker and not Alex Murphy? I've got a nice picture of myself and my wife, and I got it Disneyfied. I've got me as the Doom guy, which I'm hoping to do something with. It's funny, I thought, at least. An interesting one of me with the Beatles. Now this isn't as good as I hoped. I don't think the Beatles are particularly good. I mean, they're kind of recognisable, and I guess I'm kind of recognisable in that one. I think the really interesting thing with that particular picture is if you look at the guitar I'm holding, it's got an extra long neck, and George is also playing it as well, which I thought was quite an interesting depiction of how a fifth guitarist might have worked in the Beatles, or a fifth member, sorry, of the Beatles might have worked. Then I did a couple of other things. So I did what would it look like if me and PJ were playing on the PlayStation together. So you can see a picture there. I did it pixel art style. It's a bit funny about you using other people's likenesses, to be honest, so I couldn't exactly get it that way. But yeah, there's that one. And then the last one, which I want to spin up now, is because Retro Import Gamer James did a video on his some of his pickups and what he's been up to with his laser discs and things earlier today. In fact, I watched that, and he started his intro with a James Bond spoof. So I thought, well, let's do something about that and make James Bond. So this is what it came up with. And James, if you are watching and you would like that picture, just let me know and I'll get it to you. Yes, that's about it. Football's been bad, so I don't really want to talk about that. Although I'm actually going up to see United play against Wolves in a couple of weeks, and I'm not expecting a good time with that one, which is a shame because it's a long way to go. Yeah, we've been watching pretty much the same as what everyone else has been watching, I think, like Adolescence and Severance. So yeah, probably not anything particularly new to reveal there, but they are great shows if you haven't watched them. Alright, well, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.